When you have your purity and you give it to your husband and your wife when you're married, then you have a lot of happiness and a lot of blessings. One girl, she took her purity and she gave it to someone who begged for it. And he begged for it and begged for it. So she gave it away. And it broke her heart. And she spent her whole life being sad about it. I gave away my purity to someone else. He kind of stole it from me. But I gave it to someone else and I'm so sorry.
It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Friday, April 22nd. I hope you're having a good day. So, this week we've been talking a lot about the Duggars, but we have to get in our sister wives content. I have been not meaning to not give this to you. You love your sister wives content. And y'all, somebody turned 50. I can't believe this. Christine Brown is 50 years old. Happy birthday, Christine. Yay!
What does the nanny do?
Oh God. So when you're 50 now, 50, it's the new 30. Isn't that what they say? She's still vibrant. She's got a lot of life left. And Christine Brown had a mystery party, one of those whodunit parties, and everyone dressed up like the 1920s. And she had a bunch of her family over for a party. Now, the cool thing is that Janelle actually was up in Utah for her birthday party. I was so excited when I saw this because it means Christine and Janelle's relationship is still on track. So on a post on Instagram, Janelle said, "Thank you, Christine Brown, for inviting Savannah and I to your 50th birthday party. 1920s mystery party. What a blast." And yes, like you, I'm addicted to these. So much fun. Let's do it again soon. And she shared a photograph of her and Christine looking smashing. Christine also shared some photos of her on her Instagram, and she said, "I hosted a 1920s themed mystery dinner party and it was amazing. The costumes, the conversations, the accusations, and all of it. We may be addicted to them now." And she shared a photo with her daughters, which McKelty was there, and she looks like Isabel came from North Carolina, Gwendolyn, and Truly. Looks like Truly had a blast. And Truly just turned 12. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness, she's 12. Yay! So Christine's in Utah these days, and I was really happy, so happy to see her smiling on her 50th birthday. And I was even more happy to see Janelle included. I don't have to agree with their lifestyle, and I don't have to agree with the way that, the whole idea of polygamy. But what I can say is that a silver lining in all of this is that there's relationships here that no matter what, there's like love there. And so even if life was difficult for Christine, even if she had to leave Kody, obviously that relationship that she has with Janelle has transcended all of that other yuck that she had with Kody. And what I really like about this is that even though Janelle has made the choice to stay with Kody, she's not shunning Christine for leaving. It's so easy in a situation like this for the wives that do stay, to not want anything to do with the wife that leaves and to try to turn everyone against them. And in a case like this, it's not uncommon for someone like Kody to say to the family, "You have to make a choice. It's me or them." In this case, Janelle is like, "I'm not going to make a choice. I'm going to still have my relationship with Christine, and I'm still going to be married to Kody," and that's it. Where Mary and Robyn have kind of, made it so that they've decided that their relationship with Christine really doesn't exist anymore, Janelle has not made that choice. So that family division that we saw on the series where they talked about how there was one clique and another clique, I don't think that's changed. I do wonder what the group texts are like now that Christine's not involved in them.
You know, you gotta blame somebody, so I'm an easy target. But I didn't sign up for monogamy.
So, happy birthday, Christine. Super, super happy that you had Janelle there. Glad to see some of the kids came back in town, including Isabel. Aspen was not photographed, so not sure where she was. She does live nearby. I think Aspen's also expecting, so it could have been something related to that. And her granddaughter was also in the photographs looking adorable. All right, so while we wait for the next season of Sister Wives, there's a big issue happening right now in Flagstaff. That's right, the Sister Wives are in the middle of a Flagstaff wildfire. Currently in Flagstaff, there is a wildfire, and it's burned down 21,000 acres, and it's moving quickly due to the winds, and it's not well contained. Because of that, there has been a lot of concern by fans on whether or not the Sister Wives are safe. Now, earlier today, I was looking at some maps of where their homes are located versus where everything is happening. Currently, Mary is just over 10 miles away from where everything is happening. Robyn's home is 16 miles away. Yesterday, it was 15 miles for Mary and I think 21 miles for Robyn. So it's definitely getting closer to them. I don't know if it's going to cross over into their area or not. For now, though, Mary Brown says that she is safe. She posted on her Instagram a story which says, "Many are asking, I am a safe distance from the wildfires currently happening near Flagstaff. Please pray for those who are being impacted and for those fighting this." Now, according to the map, it's only 3% contained, and there's a very large evacuation area, but they are not presently in any sort of evacuation area. Obviously, because winds are fast and they're having a hard time containing it, it can spread and it can move very quickly. But for now, they are not in an area that's saying that they need to leave and pack up their homes and go. They're far enough away at this point where they're still safe. So hopefully in the next few days they can find a way to contain this so that they're not impacted by this. If you remember, a few seasons ago, Mary's house was actually in the pre-evacuation area. This was not long after she had been moving, and she was extremely stressed out because of all of those boxes that were in her house. And Mary's house is located in the woods. So, and it's a heavily wooded area, and they're also near the mountains. So just to give you sort of like a geography area, there's mountain ranges that they have to climb over, and there's quite a few miles that would have to travel in order for it to get to where they're at. It would have to cross over some major highways. So there's a lot that would have to happen for it to reach them. So my hope is that they will remain safe. And the last time this happened in Flagstaff, Mary was safe, and so was everyone else in the family. We've not yet heard from Kody and Robyn, but like I said, their house is further away than Mary's. So if anyone's going to be impacted first, it would be Mary. Janelle has also not posted anything, and obviously because Christine is up in Utah, everything for Christine is totally fine. And finally, I've been going through the old seasons of Sister Wives. I know, slowly but surely. I'm still in season 6, I think, maybe 7, I don't know. And they are just moved into their brand new houses, okay? After Mary not knowing if she's gonna get the house, they all move in. She's like a week delayed from everyone else. And after they get into those houses and after Christmas, Robyn's episode, oh my gosh, I was dying when I watched this. I don't know how she did this with a straight face in front of her children that she had with her ex-husband. But in an episode, Robyn decided at their home church, because they're very far away from all of their friends now, she decided to share her story about purity. And she talked about how her ex-husband stole her purity because it was the only thing that he wanted, and that she regretted giving him that gift.
She took her purity and she gave it to someone who begged for it. And he begged for it and begged for it. So she gave it away. She gave away her purity. And he didn't respect it.
Even though she had 3 children with him, 3 kids. This is a woman that sat in front of her 3 children and said, I'm I regret the fact that I had you indirectly, right? So imagine.
And she spent her whole life trying to get it back, but you only have one. And it broke her heart, and she spent her whole life being sad about it.
So imagine your mother is standing up before you and she's all, yeah, so I was with this guy and I gave my purity to him, and I felt so bad because when I finally found the one that I loved, I had to tell that guy that I didn't have my purity and that I was so sorry.
And then when she finally found the guy that she was supposed to be with, she had to go to him and say, look, I gave away my purity to someone else. He kind of stole it from me. And this was supposed to be yours. But I gave it to someone else, and I'm so sorry.
Mind you, she was married to this guy for over 9 years, and they had 3 children. So she claims that the reason why she feels so guilty about this is because she fully believes that she was supposed to be with Kody all along. So therefore, she gave her purity to the wrong person. Talk about some serious guilt that this culture plays on women. Come on. Can you imagine you've got 3 children and your husband has 12 and he doesn't have anything to say about his purity, right? He's not like, oh yeah, I don't have my purity. Like, Kody never apologized to her for not having his purity for her. She had to apologize to him for not having her purity for him. What? Talk about some double standards.
She wanted us to know what we were getting into. When she told us this story about having to get married and going through this bad marriage, I knew that she had corrected a great deal in her life.
Not to mention, while she's doing this story, her kids are like watching her horrified. The other sister wives are kind of like, did she just say that? She did not. And then Kody's grandstanding about how he was so grateful to Robyn for sharing her story and really learning from her past and asking for forgiveness from God.
You are redeemed through the atonement of Jesus Christ, and you can get your purity back.
I believe that Kody and I were supposed to be together.
Robyn had to ask for forgiveness for having her 3 kids before she was married to Kody. Does anyone think that's weird? Just me? Just me? Okay. That's fine. Robyn had 3 kids while she was married. Kody had 12 children with 3 women, but Robyn had to apologize for giving her purity to the wrong person. Just let that simmer and sink in and then get back to me, because I was like appalled. Obviously, this was years ago, but it's another reminder to me of just like how messed up things can be in these kinds of societies in terms of the equality of genders. Robyn never should have had to apologize for the fact that she had 3 children with a man that she loved at the time. Even if she, at that moment, regretted that relationship, I feel like the faith must have made her feel like it was a mistake, like she was with the wrong person. Just because it didn't work out in her first marriage, that doesn't mean that what happened in her first marriage is all bad, and it doesn't mean that those children that she has aren't like amazing. And she kept saying like, I love my kids, I don't regret my kids. Well, if you love your kids and you don't regret your kids, then maybe you shouldn't be saying that your ex-husband stole your purity, who you married, by the way, and had 3 children with, and then tell them that you regret it. Because even if you're not telling your kids that you regret them, you're telling your kids that you regret them in so many words. Some things just don't need to be said, and some things certainly do not need to be on TV. And the fact that Kody made Robyn feel like she had to make that statement about purity to the kids is so gross to me. It just shows like what a misogynist he is. And that was sort of my take. Do you remember that episode? Okay, well, tell me your thoughts about it. Also, what are your thoughts about Christine's 50th birthday party? And what are you hoping everything stays safe for the sister wives? I know I am. Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.